Thank you. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, why does the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats love Europe so much? Is it because the European Union is now the largest and most wasteful socialist project in the world? When we Conservatives took Britain into Europe, it was for reasons that the Conservatives have stood for since we began. The entrepreneurial spirit, business growth and opportunity, trade and prosperity for the British people, and above all, a desire to unleash potential. But how things have changed. After many years and many treaties, we see a European Union that is not fit for purpose. We see wastage of resources and overspending. We see nations coming under ever-increasing control, and we see a complete breakdown of border controls and financial institutions. The EU has become a beacon of socialist reform. Do you recognise this? No more money left. Handouts to those who fail themselves, the largest benefit system for those countries who fail their financial management. The EU encourages, I believe, mediocrity, not perfection or success. So I believe that as the second largest net contributor, the United Kingdom deserves more, deserves better, and if selected, I will campaign as your MEP for an EU referendum at the next Parliament. I will fight to stop the wasteful administration that is Strasbourg, and I will campaign and talk openly about immigration to ensure better border controls. And above all, I will sell Britain to not just the European Union, but the world over. I do believe in collaboration within Europe and would be happy to participate from within. But it must reform and allow nations to govern themselves. A fantastic example is Switzerland. It is in the global top 10 nations in terms of GDP per purchasing power. In fact, 9 of the 10 top 10 nations are from outside of the European Union. And if those of you are wondering which one is in, it's Luxembourg. So I believe that we can do things differently, we can do more business outside of the European Union, and we can ensure the best deal for the British people. I believe there are 2 ways to approach this. 1, give the people of Britain a say. Give them a referendum, and then whatever the result, apply the outcome. But we must make the case. 62% of people in the United Kingdom believe we need a referendum. Because Europe has changed. More change is imminent. 28 nations now, and maybe 35 by the year 2023. People feel that the European Union is heading in a direction that they never signed up for back in the 70s. And we need a fresh settlement that is better for Britain. We should let the British people have their say on that new settlement and have that in-out referendum in 2017. Or 2, fight from within, which is why I want to be your MEP and take on the fight with Emma McClarkin and the other 25 MEPs that we have currently to highlight what is good and bad about the European Union. But we must be allowed to succeed by remaining a sovereign nation. We must also ensure a positive stand as well. We must become its best salesman by selling Britain not just to the EU, but to anyone and everyone around the world. So I am a team player, and together I believe our parliamentary team in Europe can deliver economic recovery by opening up new markets, resisting protectionism that currently exists, and opposing harmonisation of taxation across Europe, by decreasing further EU legislation, and above all keeping the UK out of the euro. We need to renegotiate and restore British control of our social and employment laws. I believe we can also deliver protection of our environment by ensuring a move to a low-carbon economy and end the practice, the disgraceful practice, of fish discards, and above all reform the common agricultural policy. And I believe we can deliver a low-cost European Union by lobbying for a firm cap on the EU budget, defending our UK rebate, and fighting to get our accounts at long last signed off. And we should work towards scrapping meetings once and for all in Strasbourg. We should also resist any further EU powers over our criminal justice system. As a JP, I completely see the impact it currently has. So, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I believe in a Europe of nation states working together. I believe in open markets and the strengthening of relationships with the United States and other emerging markets. I want the European Union to dramatically cut waste and pump more money into frontline infrastructure projects across Europe. I want Europe to tackle the issue of climate change. I want the European Union to fight global poverty and reform the common agricultural policy. And above all, I want to ensure the European Union Constitution allows Britain to govern itself and ensure we are able to respond to what is becoming a fast-changing world. Thank you very much.